The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Oldham High School's basketball starts now.
Working with you again here tonight and looking forward to what should be a fun game as well.
I think so. Two teams. Centurions may be a little behind for the simple fact that a lot of their kids play football, and we know really don't even have a full team yet. You've got some kids that just coming off a third state championship, and coaches like to give them a little bit of time in between, so they're going with a limited roster tonight, but they're 2-2 on the year.
Yep, so far so good, as Connor Hodge, one of those guys coming from the football team. He was the quarterback this season for the Centurions. Had a very good game the other night. He's rounding back into form as well. So really looking forward to seeing how this one shapes up here tonight, Coach.
Very well. Look for Hodge and Washington to lead this bunch until they get a full squad and have them at least a little time under their belts and such.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead and step aside for our first break here. I got a chance to catch up with Cal head coach Aaron Hill prior to the game tonight. You'll hear that interview when you get back on the other side. This is Oldham High School's basketball on Glycod.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit operationparent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service in Crestwood, making your life easier with quality products and quality service. Find out more at andersonsales.com.
Oldham County High School's basketball back here at South Oldham as Justin Kalen now joined by Cal head coach Aaron Hill. Coach, in your 5th season now, 68-58 for your career. You all are off to a 2-2 start this season. How are you feeling about your team here in the early going?
So far, we got our team back now after a lot of our guys won the state championship in football. So it takes us a little bit longer to get going just because we have, 4 to 7 guys that are joining our varsity program now. So we've had a couple of those guys back. A couple of them are still banged up. So we're gelling together and seeing what can happen. But, so far we've had we're 2-2, and our 2 losses really came from just teams that were ready to go, and they have been together for a little bit longer than us. And we played a Lloyd Memorial team the other night that has a stud Division I player on it, and that's tough to overcome whenever you're a small Christian school, and then didn't have all the pieces together yet. But
sure,
we like where we're at right now, and I think last night's game really helped us to spring forward to get better.
Speaking of last night, y'all defeated Anderson County at their place 66-60. What worked well in that game for your squad, and maybe a couple things that didn't as well?
Well, I think overall, that was just a hard-fought battle. 8th region games, it's tough to go into someone else's home and get out of there with a win. We were lucky and thankful for it, but it's Connor Hodge played his tail off, and him coming back only having really 2 basketball practices, and he's performed pretty well so far, and he scored big for us last night as a leader as well, not just in points. And then we had a couple other guys that just really came together late in the game. Once we took the lead in the 4th quarter, it kind of let up a little bit, but they're a pressure. They did a really good job. They stuck to Coach Hyatt's game plan to the T. I mean, every possession that they had, we were playing defense for 15 to 20 seconds. They really slowed it down in the half-court set, and they did a great job. They made some big shots late that kind of kept it a little bit closer. Which, that feeling of that game on a Monday night felt like almost a postseason game. So I think both teams got better last night from that game.
Yeah, I definitely heard that it felt like a postseason game. Any expectations or worries about playing on back-to-back nights?
Well, I think, with our team, we have a lot of inexperience right now on the varsity level. And these guys that are still getting involved from football, going to battle one night in 8th region, then coming back the next night and playing another tough 8th region opponent. We'll see what we can do. I like the direction we're going in, though. And, we're going to come out and just give it our all, see what happens.
All right, well, we mentioned Connor Hodge, football guy, J.J. Washington, another one of your big-time players. Who are a couple others that have really stood out here for you in the early portion of the season?
We just got a new kid in, Guy Turner from Boyle County. He's really stepped up, came in well. And then Rollin Swan, who was a transfer in from St. X. He didn't have any varsity experience there, but he's really came in and played big minutes for us, a good role. Miles Howard, who's another freshman. He came in from the Great Crossing area, and he's played some pretty significant minutes for us. And then the one that we're really looking forward to with the really high potential is Boogie Cook. He's a freshman, long, very athletic, can play inside and outside. So, we're looking for him to get more comfortable in the varsity game where the pace of play and the speed of everything can help slow him down a little bit to kind of correct some of those errors or those mistakes that he makes early on in the game. A couple of dumb fouls here and there, but his athleticism is very, through the roof, and we're really looking forward to him doing some good things for us.
All right, Coach. Well, we'll let you go on that note. Best of luck this evening, and stick with us right here on Glycod as we'll have your inside look coming up next for Oldham High School's basketball.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware at 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free, no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life. Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics and juiced by Thomas Car Wash. Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Lycon.
Justin Galen back here with Gary Forrest as we continue to get you set for Oldham High School's basketball. And we've got to bring you your inside look. An inside look on tonight's game is presented by Blinds Direct. Looking for the best in home decor at Blinds Direct. They offer custom blinds, wallpaper, and more. Proudly serving Louisville for over 30 years. Visit blindsdirect.com for the area's best selection. Coach, let's go ahead and start with Cal. Take an inside look at the Centurions. What are we looking at here this evening?
Well, you're looking at a team that's far from being a polished product for the simple fact they get a late start having the success they've had in football. So it's kind of learn as you go here in the early part of the season. Very athletic, and probably the two most athletic players with experience with this group will be Hodge as well as Washington. Play multiple defenses. Coach has been there for 5 years, so they're accustomed to the way he wants to do things.
Yeah, we'll see how it shakes out for them tonight. How about for the South Oldham Dragons? Inside look on them.
Well, you're looking at the 8th region mentor, and that would be Steve Simpson, starting his 25th year here in the region. So he's got more seniority than probably most of the other coaches put together in what seems to be, in today's world, a short duration for people's stay. They love the offensive part of the game. Average close to 80 points a game. They will get it and go. They have a very deep bench. They're fun to watch, and I look for this to be sort of a game of two different styles.
Now, it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. Before we get to the next break, just a reminder that this broadcast is authorized by South Oldham High School with production rights owned by Glycod Media. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. We'll be back on the other side. And Coach got a chance to catch up with head coach Steve Simpson of the Dragons. Stick with us for that. Oldham High School's basketball on Glycod.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
Check it. Ooh.
Need a better battery? Get an Interstate battery. Outrageously dependable.
Should have had an Interstate.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
Glycon on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycon.
Looking to ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy in Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations and a dedicated partner to small business.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycon.
This is Gary Forrest coming to you live from South Oldham High School, where tonight, 8th Region Boys Basketball, where the South Oldham Dragons play host to the Centurions of Christian Academy. I'm here with Coach Steve Simpson. Coach, saw you last week. One of the better played early games I've seen in a long time when you guys were able to defeat a very good Walton Verona team.
Yeah, Tuesday we didn't shoot it great. Came back and I thought our boys kind of came back Thursday ready to go and kind of fought through it early, but was able to pull away at the end of the week. And it's always good to play at home. So that Thursday against Walton was that was a good game for us, a good confidence builder.
Well, you turn right around and get on the bus and go over to Henry County and play in a one-day classic against a very good Cooper team.
Yeah, they were preseason 15th in the Courier Journal poll, and Coach Sullivan has a reputation. His teams of being very physical, always one of the better defensive teams in the state. And once again, it was a battle. Our guys, I thought, showed some physicality, and we were able to win in overtime in a game that probably a lot of people didn't give us a whole lot of chance to win. But I thought our guys went into that game ready to go, and I was real proud of how they played.
Well, you're playing a Christian Academy team that, like a lot of schools, they're very football-oriented, just coming off a third straight state championship. A lot of their kids also play football, so a lot of times those kids are still blocking and tackling, but they're 2-2. What do you know about them?
Well, we saw them play Anderson County last night, and we saw them play Seneca. And again, Seneca, I think, was the second game of the season, and then they're just getting better and better every game because, again, as you mentioned, their football guys are starting to get into basketball shape, and especially Connor Hodge, who of course was quarterback for their state championship team this past year. Excellent basketball player, and from his first game till last night, I could just see him. He's really getting back in the basketball groove.
Well, a sidebar, his dad played for me at Oldham and then was in that first graduating class down here at South Oldham, so he's got county blood in him.
Yeah, when I got here, I took all the scorebooks and made the all-time scoring list, and I can remember seeing his name on there. And I've met Kenny a few times. He's a basketball guy, and both his boys are always fundamentally sound. They both were, one is and one was, very good basketball players.
Things that you have to do tonight to be successful against them, Coach?
Well, the Washington kid is such a good shooter. If we lose him in transition, he could have 100 tonight. So we're really going to have to find him. Again, Hodge is another shooter. We're going to have to close out on shooters, and then we're going to have to. They play several different defenses. We're going to have to recognize that early, make the extra pass. We seem to shoot well here, so hopefully we'll shoot the basketball well now, and then rebound like we did against Walt.
Any lineup changes, Coach?
Jake Fithian is back into the starting lineup tonight.
Okay, well, you heard from Coach Steve Simpson, the coach emeritus here in the 8th region, the longest-lasting coach, starting his 25th year here at South Oldham High School in Crestwood. This is Glycod.com Sports.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware, 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics and juiced by Thomas Car Wash.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit operationparent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
And back here at the Dungeon, Steve Simpson Court, the site of tonight's Oldham High School's basketball contest, as it is the Christian Academy of Louisville Centurions, 2-2 on the season, set to take on the South Oldham Dragons, who are 4-2. Justin Kalin back here alongside Coach Gary Forrest. And Coach, let's go ahead and get into our starting lineups here. First for the Centurions of Cal, they're going to trot out number 1, Connor Hodge. He is a 6'1" senior, as we mentioned, a quarterback on the state-winning football team. Roland Swan, wearing number 4, a 6'5" junior, will get the starting nod. Number 5, Jordan Boogie Cook, a 6'5" freshman, will get the start as well. Jaden J.J. Washington, a 6'2" junior, wearing number 30. And the final starter for Coach Hill tonight is going to be Guy Turner, a 6'2" sophomore. What do you make of that starting lineup, Coach?
Well, a little bit of youth, and at the same time, sprinkled with enough experience to hopefully, for Cal's sake, get them through.
Yeah, and we'll see how it all pans out. Guy Turner, a guy that he's really excited about this season. Got him from Boyle County, as you heard in the interview. So really excited about Guy Turner. They're really looking for more production out of Boogie Cook, just a freshman. So he can look to provide some valuable minutes as well. Now let's turn our attention to South Oldham, as they're going to trot in number 0, Jake Fithian, a 6' senior. Number 11, Colton Wuchterl, a 6'3" junior. Number 12, William Burnside, a 6'6" senior. Number 34, Brooks B., he is a 6'3" senior. And Julian Miles, he is the leader of this team, a 6'1" senior. Miles on the season, 21 points a game to go along with 5 rebounds. He was an all 8th region selection a season ago. Coach, what do you make of that South Oldham starting lineup?
Very solid. All of them can shoot the ball and shoot it well from distance. They're deep, and Miles already getting some good looks from a lot of NAI and small colleges. Excellent football player, sometimes plays basketball very aggressively.
Yeah, I really enjoy watching Julian Miles. Got to see him a handful of times a season ago, and really looking forward to this one as well. As we are set for our national anthem, we'll step aside for a break. Come back on the other side. We'll get you your tip-off and series information. This is Oldham High School's basketball.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
From Glycod, it's Oldham High School's basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Oldham County Solid Waste Management, featuring the Waste Wizard search engine. Anderson's Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. Kinzer & Kinzer, delivering clean, comfortable air. State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. German American Bank, serving our community since 1910. LaGrange Service Center, Mortensen Family Dental, Operation Parent, and Financial Solutions Incorporated. Now courtside for all the action of Oldham High School's basketball on Glycod.
And back here at the Dungeon, Steve Simpson Court, South Oldham High School, as we are just about set for our tip-off. Justin Kalin, Gary Forrest on the call for you this evening. Tim Bryan, our on-site producer. Vicki Bryan will operate the camera for us this evening, as South Oldham going to rock their home white uniforms with the green lettering and numbering and trim on those jerseys. Cal will be in their road blue uniforms with the white numbering and lettering, red trim on those jerseys as well. And Coach, it has been a series that favors Cal as of late, as they have won the last 4 in this series. It's a 9-6, or actually South Oldham leading 9-6 since 2006, but it was an 89-65 win for Cal last season. So we'll see what South Oldham could do. They're looking for their first win in this series since 2020.
Well, you know, South's looking to home serve, if you will, here at the house.
We'll see how it all shakes out as the Cal starters out on the floor. And now the Dragons will follow right behind. Pretty decent crowd here on tap for a Tuesday night ball game. Good-sized student section. Always love when the community comes out and supports a team like this, Coach.
Well, they have a great student body following here at South. You know, they're not always great in numbers, but they'll usually fill the lower student body side, and tonight's no exception.
By the way, we gave you your starting lineups. Forgot my live read. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Mortensen Family Dental. A healthy smile means a healthier you. Visit Mortensen Dental to locate an office near you. Get those to you real quickly again. For Cal, it's going to be Connor Hodge, Rollin Swan, Jordan Boogie Cook, Jaden J.J. Washington, and Guy Turner, the 5 for the Centurions. For South Oldham, it's going to be Jake Fithian trotted out there with Colton Wookturl, William Burnside, Brooks B., and Julian Miles, the 5 starters here tonight for South Oldham. I stand corrected, it's not going to be Wookturl. It's actually going to be Xander Searcy, a 5'9 junior, getting the start for South Oldham. As here we go, just about set for game action. As it's going to be Jordan Boogie Cook tipping it off with William Burnside. Burnside 6'6", Cook 6'5", so a good matchup here in the center circle. And we are underway. Both guys jumping a little too early. Perhaps a little nerves sneaking in to start this one, Coach.
Well, you know, I want to blame that on the official, which I did all my life, but got it a little offsided, yeah.
As it will be Boogie winning the tip for Cal, and we are underway.
Straight man-to-man by South Oldham to start the game.
See how Cal attack things in the early going. Definitely going to be worth watching their stamina as this one goes along. Like we touched on in our pregame, a lot of football guys coming off that 3A state title.
Well, what you want to look is if they're blocking and tackling.
Yeah. As Boogie now will spin inside, and he gets the scoring started.
Right inside, Cook on a post-up.
6'5" freshman. Cal very excited about him. Now South Oldham gets their first crack at things on the offensive end. As here is Searcy in possession, gets it into the corner, Fithian. That's a shot he can make with regularity, but he can't come up with it that time.
2-3 zone by the Centurions.
Surprised to see 2 different defensive formations in 2 different sets, Coach?
Well, you have to be really careful if you're the Centurions playing zone against South. They love it.
As now firing that one up and missing was Guy Turner. Julian Miles cross court to Fithian. Fithian, a 6-foot senior, been around a long time here at South Oldham. They're going to turn it over as Miles couldn't catch that one cleanly inside.
Defense a great job reaching around and knocking the ball off of Miles down on the block.
Now bringing it up the floor here for Cal is J.J. Washington. Tried to throw down a few highlight dunks in our pregame here tonight as he gets to the bucket for the finish there.
Another inside shot for the Centurions. You look for South to maybe change, go to some zone. Right now getting hurt inside.
And Brooks B with the 3, and he'll answer.
2 shots, 2 threes by South Oldham.
You mentioned it. They like to shoot a lot of them. As now in the corner, Connor Hodge can't come up with it. Hodge, by the way, committed to play football at East Carolina, where his brother Cole is. He was a very good player here as well. As now we're going to get a foul. I believe this is going to go against Fithian.
Fouls under 50, Julian.
No, they're going to get Julian Miles for it, actually. First foul of the game. As JJ inbounds it here to Guy Turner in the backcourt. Turner now with Hodge.
Switch to the zone, just as we talked about.
Now Boogie wants to cook inside.
A little 2-3 matchup. Showing man, but going straight zone on the first pass.
Hodge with a decent look at it there, but he comes up empty. And now Searcy quickly up the floor, but he's going to throw it away as Hodge got a hand on that. And now J.J. Washington, a little bit of extracurricular there. Don't think anything will come out of it, just a common foul.
Good job of preventative officiating. Players get tangled up a little bit.
What do you mean by preventative officiating, Coach?
Well, one of them said something to the players as he went out to let them know we're not going to stand for this. 2-3, going to trap it outside.
Nearly works, but Turner able to sling that pass in there somehow. The three-pointer missed by Swan.
See, I think that's what South wants the Centurions to do, shoot it from the outside. You know, they got the first 2 shots inside, and now they've gone blank.
It's now Fithian slides it to his left, gets it right back. As Searcy looks over towards Coach Simpson to get a new play call.
They'll run an overload and go inside. There it is.
And it was there, but it turns around, defender in the face. That was William Burnside down low.
Well, they run a baseline cutter through to the corner, and thus they overload the zone 4 against 3. And Searcy did a great job, hit the guy on the block. Burnside just wasn't able to get the shot off.
That one called against Boogie Cook. As inbounding here for Burnside. Now on top, Fithian. Julian Miles going to drive baseline, back out to Fithian. And back to Julian Miles. Good 1-2 game by them as Miles comes up with the score.
First 2-point attempt by the Dragons.
And first lead by the Dragons as well, now at 5-4. Here's Washington, miscommunication there, tosses that ball out of bounds.
Turnover number 1 for the Centurions. Both teams sort of getting a feel for one another, if you will. Both teams starting off in one defense, they've now changed to their second.
And keep trying things till something works, right? As Burnside now out for Searcy, his 3 misses everything and goes out of bounds.
Well, right now, 5 shots for the Dragons, only 1 of them in the 2-point zone. So things kind of going as is, but they're very streaky. They'll miss 2 or 3 in a row, then they'll hit a couple in a row.
6'3" junior Colton Wuchterl now in the game as he'll replace William Burnside.
Wuchterl gives a more size inside.
Now it's Washington out for Hodge. His 3 comes off. And Miles clears the board. Miles will now force a long one up. 2 quick shots there on back-to-back possessions as Guy Turner now picks up his dribble, but able to get it off for Washington.
Centurions not showing a lot of patience, you know, come down, quick shots, usually lead to misses and run outs the other way.
Trail by 1, another impressive cross-court pass by Guy Turner, but then a throwaway by the Centurions, so back to the Dragons it goes. Wuchterl will trigger the inbounds right in front of that Cal bench.
Little matchup, 3-2 zone against South Oldham. Look for them to get the ball down on the baseline.
Instead, Fithian just going to drive in, and that turns out to be a wise decision. His first bucket.
Like the parting of the Red Sea.
As now Boogie able to hold on to that one right near the midcourt line. Great pass inside by Hodge as it's Rollin Swan finishing it.
Well, if you will, Justin, what we see happening is all the points that the Centurions have scored inside.
Fithian misfires there. Hodge looking to get it inside, just like we just talked about. And how about another bucket down low?
Hodge showing his football prowess. Looked like he was going off tackle.
Cal back on top now, 8-7. As Brooks B inside, gets it out. Now Wuckturl over for Searcy. Back to Wuckturl. That ball nearly taken away as it lands right in the hands of Julian Miles. Good look for him, but he comes up empty. Now Washington will try to throw it down, but fortunately for him, Boogie was there to clean it up, and he gets it up and in. And with that, we are going to get a 30-second timeout. We'll step aside for one as well. Stick with us. We've got more Oldham High School basketball coming right up on Glycod.
Line Direct, not just blinds. Line Direct, not just blinds.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
And back here inside South Oldham, the dungeon on Steve Simpson Court. And for the latest on all things high school athletics, including continuous score updates, visit glycod.com. We really enjoy what we do and appreciate your support, as it has been a decent start to this one. Cal leading 10-7. Justin Kalen, Gary Forrest back here on the call. South Oldham trying to answer what has been an onslaught inside for Cal. As Fithian, I guess they ruled that he stepped on the inline there. So it's going to be another South Oldham turnover, and back to Cal it goes. Washington bringing it up, as he'll send it over to Guy Turner, and now another turnover inside. But, Coach, it's clear to see in the early going, Cal really is concentrating on that inside portion of the floor.
Well, I can see why. You know, they've scored, and all their points right now come inside. Anything they've shot from the outside, probably something they haven't worked on a lot as they've gotten players late.
Foul number 5, Boogie Cook, his second team's.
Is there anything to the athleticism for Cal as well, getting inside? Maybe that's just the easier option.
Well, you know, size-wise, they kind of match up with South, so no one has a distinct size advantage.
Here's Adrian Miles with it, as he's newly into the ball game, the younger brother of Julian. As going to the bucket is Julian Miles, and a good take by him, as he's got his 4th point.
2-3, pressure out top.
Under a minute left in the quarter, and there's another easy bucket, this time inside by the junior Jack Mars.
Once again, Centurions showing a little more patience, and it's paying off as they've gotten good looks inside and benefited from made buckets.
And they lead by 3 as we're down to 20 seconds left in the quarter. Julian Miles in possession of the basketball, tries to drop it down for Burnside. Now it's batted around as Miles clears it, and he'll get the easy 2.
Miles very fortunate, threw a weak pass that should have been stolen, ended up with a steal himself and made the layup.
And Cal on the other end not even going to get a shot off, so that'll bring us to the end of 1. Cal 12, South Oldham 11. We'll step aside for a break as well. You're watching Oldham High School's basketball on Glycod.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1670.
And back here, South Oldham High School. Justin Kalin, Gary Forrest on the call for you this evening. A low-scoring first quarter as it is Cal leading 12-11, but Julian Miles starting to heat up, Coach. He's now got 9. And South Oldham now leading by 2 as Guy Turner will try to answer on the other end. Rebounded by Drew Campbell, newly in the game.
Well, Cal needs to be careful and not get caught up in the trying to match South with threes. If they do, I'm afraid they'll lose that game.
Now, they played very well in that first quarter, a concerted effort to get it inside the paint.
Well, they were 6 for 8 inside the paint, 0 for 4 from threes.
Yeah, just look at the analytics, right?
Yep.
It's a big hot word in sports right now. Figured we'd get it in as well.
Yeah.
As Julian Miles now near the half-court line gets it off into the corner here for Adrian Miles. Now Burnside back to Julian. He'll fire another 3. This time's off. And rebounded by Jack Mars, 6'6". Mars gives Cal some size. As Washington inside again, and a turnaround goes.
Washington able to get into the paint.
Now that ball batted around. Miles will have another crack at it. Now instead leaves it off for little brother Adrian, who gets it up and in. Here's Washington with it. Cross court to Hodge. Hodge on top, back to Washington. Fires the 3. Good look for him there. As it's going to go off of the, what would you call that?
We call that the wire standard.
The wire standard. There you go. Learn something every day.
But once again, Washington's shot didn't even really look good. The stroke doesn't look good. And I think sometimes they get caught up in trying to match South, and they've had great success inside. They might want to keep going there. It's a patience thing more than anything.
Coach Simpson wants a 30-second timeout as the officials didn't see him, and now Coach throwing out his hands like I was calling for a timeout there. As Washington again in the lane, this time leaving it off for Hodge.
Hodge will bull his way inside.
And that's exactly what he did, but he can't finish. As Burnside clears it, he'll kick it into the corner. 3-pointer for Wuchterl. The offensive rebound, but a dangerous pass on the baseline. But it'll stay here with the Dragons.
Justin, we talked about this the last time we had South. They're really good even when they miss a 3 shot of getting that offensive rebound. That person knows where the ball's going. His teammates know when it's going to be shot.
As Julian Miles, speaking of long rebound, they get another one.
Another rebound off of a 3-point attempt.
Is now driving in with it. Another good look here for Miles. This time he connects. He's now up to 12 points.
Well, 8 3-point attempts this quarter for South, only 2 2-point attempts.
Wow. And now Miles gambling there, but Hodge able to track it down. Washington out for Hodge. Dropping it down low for Mars. Now Washington, he'll drive in. And another awkward shot, and he can't get it to fall. And South Oldham going to push the pace here as the three-pointer comes off. And now a foul down low on the rebound opportunity. As Boogie Cook and Guy Turner set the check back in for Cal. As it's going to be Rollin Swan and Connor Hodge coming out of the game.
Guy Turner.
So Washington will bring it up the timeline as we're nearly halfway through this second quarter of play.
Little 2-3 action on defense by South. They'll trap that first pass and then try to gap the skip pass.
Turner now mid-range two. That comes off, rebounded by Adrian Miles, gets it to older brother Julian. And an errant pass by Julian Miles.
Dangerous pass by Miles. Cross court. In the old days, we would call that a telegraph.
Was looking for Wuchterl. Fortunately, was last touched by Cal.
Cal in that 3-2, trying to find the shooters. But South got plenty of them. You have to cover them all.
Another long offensive rebound off of a three. As Adrian Miles driving in, and he picks up some contact.
Fouls number 30, J.J. Washington.
Goes against J.J. Washington. That's his first foul of the game.
Returning to the game for Cal is number 1, Connor Hodge.
Connor Hodge not very long on the bench. He finds himself back out there already. Burnside will fire the deep one. Good box out there by Boogie Cook, and I think they're going to get Julian Miles on a foul, and it is.
Yep.
That's his second, I believe.
Yep, he's pleading his case with Coach Simpson to stay in, but Coach not having any of it with 4 minutes left to go here in the second quarter.
He'll go to the sideline, grab him a drink of water as Xander Searcy back on the floor for the Dragons.
A 5-point lead with Miles leaves the game. Let's see if this will hold for the quarter.
As Guy Turner sends it over for Hodge. And there's a good look from deep, and this time knocking it down was the junior Cole Harrison.
Did a good job getting his feet set.
All three on the other end for Adrian Miles. Rebounded by Turner. Turner all the way to the bucket. Nobody picks him up, and that's an easy finish.
Yeah, the zone got a little too wide. They're able to split it. B will be back in the game. Coach sure didn't like the looks of the defense from his wing.
Guy Turner with 8 points last night in that win at Anderson County. Picks up his first 2 of the game on that last bucket, and we're tied up at 19. Under 3 to play here in this first half.
Returning to the game for Cal is number 30, J.J. Washington, and for the Dragons.
Picking up the foul there for Cal was Jack Mars. All inbounds here, fake to the pass, and the defender left him, and Drew Campbell's able to bury it. So now South Oldham back on top by 3. Cole Harrison in possession, just knocked down that last 3. Connor Hodge in the corner, J.J. Washington, he got fouled, but no call. He misses the 3. Now coming back the other direction's Wuchterl. Leaves it out Searcy. Back to Wuchterl. Now Searcy thought about a 3, instead kicks it in for Adrian Miles, who splashes it home. Now 4 points for Adrian. Down to 2 minutes left in the half. A briskly played first half, I might add. As Turner thought about a sidestep 3, then just throws it off the bottom of the backboard. That was awkward looking as the 2 somehow spins out. Brooks B firing it up that time. Quickly Washington out for Harrison, and he hits again. As we are going to get a timeout called here with 1:38 left in the half. It's a full timeout. We'll squeeze one in as well. Stick with us right here for Oldham High School's basketball as you take a look at some of the replays here from the last couple of minutes. Good high-quality basketball game here tonight from South Oldham. We've got more coming up on the other side.
Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware at 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
1:38 left here in our first half of play, as it is South Oldham 24-22 over Cal, and looked like an easy bucket there for Brooks B, but that ball batted away. Justin Kalen back here with Coach Gary Forrest. Coach, what'd you see on that one?
Well, I saw coaching rule number 1, never shoot the ball with the inside hand in the basket, and what happens is you give the defender an opportunity to block it. That's exactly what happens. Shoot the ball on the left side with the left hand. He shot it with the right. The defender was able to get a piece.
Now Adrian Miles from the free throw line. Maybe 8 o'clock, but the bank's still open.
I don't believe he called bank.
Banks stay open late here in Crestwood, and now a takeaway by Wuchterl. So he gets it into the hands of Searcy. A minute left here in this first half. On top with it now is Campbell. And he'll pick up some contact. I believe they're going to get Guy Turner on the foul here. And they will indeed.
Guy Turner is first.
Starting to see a little football action there. If you cross the lane against the Centurions, I think they're allowed one forearm chuck.
It's crossover season.
Yeah.
Is now inside. Back out here for Campbell. Campbell sends it to his right. Brooks B. And he'll hit for 3. Second triple of the game for Brooks B., the senior for South Oldham. And that Dragons lead all of a sudden up to 9. And now Hodge going to turn it over as Wuchterl jumps in front of the pass. Up for Miles. Now driving baseline with it is Campbell, and they're going to call a block here on Guy Turner. Very, very close.
Well, I think what happened was Turner was set, but he was set underneath the basket, and you have to allow the offensive player room to come down. So the young man is right, but I was standing still, but you have to allow the offensive player the space to come down.
Yeah. And his first free throw splashed home by Campbell. He's now got 4.
Campbell with a smart move, caught the defense running hard. He lifted, the defender flew by, and he was able to get the layup.
Campbell goes 1 of 2 from the stripe here.
15 seconds to go in this second quarter.
As Hodge has it in his possession now. There you see him, number 1 in blue. Gets it to Turner, now on top Washington, down to 4. He'll fire the deep ball. Rebounded by Searcy, who tried to fire it towards his bucket, but it's going to come up to the right, and that will bring us to the end of our first half of play. South Oldham 30, Christian Academy of Louisville 22. We'll break it all down for you during our halftime break. Stick with us for that. Oldham High School's basketball here tonight on Glycod.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit operationparent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this.
Looking to ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy in Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations and a dedicated partner to small business.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilley in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Waterson Trail in Louisville.
Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics, and juiced by Thomas Car Wash.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Oldham County Solid Waste Management. Find out how to recycle or dispose of any item with Waste Wizard at oldhamcountyky.gov under Solid Waste Management.
And back here at South Oldham High School as we are smack dab in the middle of our halftime break. South Oldham 30, Cal 22. Justin Kalin back here with Coach Gary Forrest. And Gary, it was a slower first half of play until that offensive explosion by the Dragons in the second quarter there. It was a 12-11 lead for Cal after one. And then they got outscored 19-10. I was doubting my math there, as it's now a 30-22 ball game. What'd you make of that first half?
Well, as usual, South came out letting the threes fly, and for the first half, they hit a great percentage from twos. They're 8 of 11, but fortunately, they're 5 for 14 in threes. So, as we mentioned, one of the things that you have to be careful of if you're an opponent, you see them shooting a lot. I think Cal swallowed the poison. They wanted to try to match South in shooting threes, but they're only 2 for 12 from the three, so they might want to reconsider that. Yet they were 8 for 16 from the two area, so they're 50% from the twos, but horrible about 18% from the threes. Rebounds relatively close, 11 for South, 9 for the Centurions. Both teams, not a lot of turnovers for an early season game. Only 3 for South Oldham, but they shoot it so quick they don't turn it over.
Yeah.
And at the same time, 6 for the Centurions. So floor game for both teams fairly well, but once again, South lives and dies by the three.
Now we'll take a deeper look at stats in the next segment, but just a reminder that tonight's scoreboard is presented by Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions. Clarity for your financial future. We'll step aside for a break here. We'll come back. We'll bring you some team statistics as well as the individual scoring. Stick with us for that. We've got it all coming up on your Oldham High School's basketball coverage here tonight on Glycod.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard. Do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life. Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals, because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
And back here, South Oldham High School, Justin Kalen, Gary Forrest back alongside you as we have got just over a minute left here in our halftime break. As there you see the score on the bottom of your screen, South Oldham leading 30-22. And we've got to bring you some first half statistics. Tonight's halftime stats are brought to you by German American Bank. Support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for more info. Coach, you broke into it a little bit in that last segment, but there's a look at your official scoring numbers. And like you said, Cal just not shooting the ball very well from beyond the perimeter. Do you expect them to continue to pound it inside to get those easy buckets?
I think right now I would if I were them and use their size factor. You know, they're trying to match South at their own game, and I don't think they're built that way.
Yeah, we'll see how it all shakes out in the second half, but let's take a look now at individual scoring from that first half of play. The Centurions had, let me see here, 7 guys find the scoring column as they were led by Cole Harrison. Knocked down 2 threes in that second quarter. He was a spark off the bench. 4 points for J.J. Washington and Boogie Cook. You got 2 points for each Connor Hodge, Rollin Swan, Jack Mars, and Guy Turner, all with 2 points. And for South Oldham, 5 guys finding the scoring column. None bigger than Julian Miles, who had 12. 6 points for Brooks B, 6 for Adrian Miles as well. Drew Campbell chipped in 4 and 2 points for Jake Fithian. So pretty well the Miles show in that first half for South Oldham. Both Julian and Adrian getting into the mix.
Well, very much so. And the thing you want to remember about Julian, one number that we mentioned briefly was the number 2. 2 fouls. He went out with about 3 minutes to go in the second quarter, and Coach Simpson chose to keep him out, not to pick up that third.
When we talked about the margin at that point, it was just a 5-point lead for South Oldham, so they actually increased the lead without Julian on the floor. It's hard to believe.
Well, that gave Coach the opportunity to keep him on the bench and not make that third foul.
As Cal with an early turnover here to begin the second half of play.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, and not to use this as a defense for Cal, but you know, they've had kids not for a long period of time, so they haven't had a chance to put a lot of stuff in. And as we speak, South comes out with a 3 to start the third quarter.
And it was Brooks B again. That's his third 3.
So if you're South, show them a lot of different stuff and see if they're prepared for it.
There's now Guy Turner looking for his second bucket instead. Gonna give it off to Boogie Cook, who finishes it emphatically.
Well, you know, Boogie started the game with a shot inside, and he starts this second half with a dunk inside.
It doesn't get much easier than that.
Well, they might want to remember that.
As we're a minute through this third quarter. Now Burnside will try his hand from deep and hit.
The scoring book on Burnside loves the corner shot, and there's a great example. South back in the 2-3 zone.
As Washington in possession, Cal now trailing by 12, their largest deficit tonight. As Hodge will try to change that. That one goes in and out. And rebounded by B. He's joined out there by Xander Searcy, Julian Miles, William Burnside, and Jake Fithian.
Volleyball standard popped up in the middle of the floor. You don't want to run over one of those things.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
So the official, nice job of officiating, using his foot to put it back in place.
By the way, same starting 5 for Cal that they utilized at the beginning of the game. As it's Connor Hodge, Rollin Swan, and Burnside, another finish down low.
See, Burnside's smart. He made the first 3. The defense flew out after him on the second one. He just head faked him. One hard dribble baseline layup inside.
By the way, Boogie Cook, J.J. Washington, Guy Turner, the other 3 out there for the Centurions. And how about Burnside, Coach? Didn't score in that first half. Already 5 quick ones here in this third quarter. As Julian Miles comes away with the rebound.
Well, only 6 points out of Cal's big 2, Hodge and Washington, in the first half.
As now Burnside will try another corner 3, and he connects again.
As mentioned earlier, he loves that corner shot.
8 quick points for William Burnside here to begin the third.
He must have checked his stats at halftime and said, I got to put a few more shots up.
At a granola bar or something.
Yep.
As Washington getting it into the lane, he'll step through and take the shot. Missing, but a big offensive rebound and stick back this time by Rollin Swan. You heard Coach Hill mention in the pregame interview, transfer from St. X, who's expected to have a very good season. Took care of great crossing on Sunday. What was a classic game. Cersei now backing up towards the midcourt line, slides it to B. Brooks B gets inside, now kicks it out for Miles, long on the three. Cook clears the rebound, up to Turner.
So far for South Oldham, 6 3 attempts this half, 1 deuce.
Par for the course if we compare it to that first half.
Yep.
As B gets a screen from Burnside, who slides right back into that right corner. Fithian. He'll get in the lane, scoop shot. Thought he got that to go, but the rebound, and then Fithian takes it away. Julian Miles on the three, and another one falls for the Dragons. And all of a sudden, that lead has ballooned up to 18.
Well, this half for South, 10 attempts, 8 of them three-pointers.
And if you're making a good clip of them, that helps as Rollin Swan gets another bucket to fall. He's now got 6. Burnside, you could tell he wanted that one.
Loves that baseline.
Instead, he'll take the mid-range and misses everything. Was too close.
Yep.
Now Guy Turner on top of the key with it. Sidestep 3.
Tough shot, shooting it on the move.
Here comes Burnside over for Miles. Cross court to Fithian. He'll take the deep 3. Why not? And it doesn't seem like South Oldham can miss right now.
11 3 attempts already this quarter for South Oldham.
That's 17 points in the quarter. And we've still got just under 3 minutes to play as Brooks B is going to have to go to the sideline. It's like a little blood or something.
Yeah, I think might have cut a finger. Going to the locker room. I thought he might have went to the trainer, but
as he'll be replaced by Wuchterl.
South back in that 2-3 right now, daring Cal to make jump shots.
And Washington will try. If there's one guy on this Cal team that's not shy, it's Washington. And Guy Turner with the steal following the rebound and gets it up and in.
Well, you know, there's shooters and there's makers.
That's true. As Julian Miles 3 off, Guy Turner comes down with another rebound. As he gets into the lane, has it batted away, but Boogie comes away with it.
Thought they might have got a big piece of him there. Great up and under by Hodge.
And he'll earn the 3-point play.
Foul is on number 11, Colton.
As Wuchterl picks up the foul.
Teams first, at the line shooting 1, Connor Hodge.
See if Hodge can knock down the free throw here. And he cannot. So he's stuck on 4 points now following that bucket. And South Oldham continuing to lead by 15 now as we're under 2 to play in the third. Julian Miles. And that should be a moving screen on Cersei, and that's exactly what the call will be. Ran right through him. You talked about football in that first half.
Well, 2 guys to blame for that. Cersei not in good set, and at the same time, his teammate with the ball should have waited a little bit longer for him to get set, but Miles in a hurry to get the shot off kind of led his teammate into a moving screen.
By the way, Fithian on the season, 10 points, 2 rebounds a contest as another turnover. Burnside on top. Couple steps in and he'll pick up the foul. Or he'll draw the foul, I should say, as that's going to go against Guy Turner.
Guy Turner, his third.
His third foul.
At the line shooting 2.
Tell you what, Justin, Burnside has really been a smart basketball player tonight. He's taken what Cal has given him. If they've given him room for the 3, he shot it. If they've crowded him, he's put it on the floor and benefited both ways.
And he's now got 9 points here in this third quarter.
Yeah, this has been his quarter, as you mentioned. You know, he he had the big blank the first half offensively.
Surprised to see that, as he's a guy that puts up 8 points and 6 rebounds a game. Had his fair share of boards in the half.
Well, he doesn't force things. You know, when the game's over, he'll usually have close to double-double in both numbers.
Cal now trailing by 16. Hodge going to get a good look, one of the better ones they've had all night, and he misses everything.
Not even close.
50 and down low, Burnside up and in.
Burnside just running the floor.
Now 11 points in the quarter. Hodge tried to feed it down low, and Swan unable to catch that one cleanly, so back to South Oldham it goes. Coach, could this be a case of sometimes it's just not your night?
Well, I think what the Centurions might have done earlier is to prevent some of this is used a few timeouts to control the tempo. And they've chosen not to play through it, but I don't think they're ready to make those adjustments yet on the fly.
As that was Julian Miles finishing for South Oldham on the other end, as we've got a 52-32 game with 31 ticks left here in our third quarter clock. Hodge to inbound. Washington will back up. 2-3 zone again for South Oldham here. As Cook stops out for Washington, he'll shoot the three and finally sees one go through.
Law of averages will prevail.
He's now got 7 points, now down under 10 seconds in the quarter. Searcy over to Julian Miles. Off for B, back to Miles. Great team play there as Miles will get the bucket before the end of the quarter. That's now 7 points in the quarter for Miles. And South Oldham up by 19 at 54-35. We'll step aside for our quarter break here. Come back on the other side and bring you the fourth and final frame of Oldham High School's basketball on Glycod.
Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics and juiced by Thomas Car Wash. Looking to ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy in Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit operationparent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent.
And back here, South Oldham, the dungeon, Steve Simpson Court, where it has been all Dragons here in this second half, and a surprising miss there, but how about that, the offensive rebound, but Cal going to take it away. Justin Kalen, Gary Forrest back here with you, and Coach, it was a big quarter for South Oldham, outscoring Cal 24-13.
Interesting, South back man-to-man. Nope, it's 2-3, just switched out front. You know, I can't see them going man right now when Cal has showed the ability to make jump shots.
And now it's going to be another Centurions turnover as Hodge. Too many steps down low.
A little frustration starting to stroll now. Now Cal full court man-to-man. Let's speed this tempo up, they think. Better be careful.
As Miles quickly to the bucket. And another finish for Julian Miles, and he earns a trip to the free throw line as well. As we take another look at that Julian Miles drive, just flips it up off the glass and gets it to fall.
His second, team's first. At the line shooting 1 for the Dragons, Julian Miles.
So Miles will try to make this a 57-35 game. And he comes up long on the free throw. Julian Miles now right at his season average of 21 points.
Well, think about it. That's with 4 minutes sitting on the bench in the second quarter with early fouls.
And with 7 minutes left in this game. So a chance to bolster those numbers here for the duration of this one.
Miles, very heady basketball player, takes what the other team gives him. Doesn't get carried away sometimes like players will with threes. You know, he'll set you up, shoot a couple, then he'll drive it on you.
Washington's shot blocked away, and again.
Second one.
Brooks B got the second one as Miles with the three. This time he can't get it to fall, and Hodge clears the board. Now Hodge will keep that motor high as he gets all the way inside and draws some contact.
Fouls number 23, Xander Searcy, his second, team's second.
Searcy picks up the foul.
Connor Hodge.
Hodge can't get the first one to fall.
Substitution for the Centurions, number 23, Calvin Urick.
Well, think about it. Second night, back-to-back. You look out there and see how many of the Cal players have their hands on their hips right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just not basketball shape. They'll play into it.
As Hodge misses both, that's rare to see. Miles over 50's three. Rebounded by Hodge. Quickly up for Washington. As Cole Harrison set the check back in. Good take there by Washington. And with that, we are going to get a 30-second timeout taken by Coach Simpson. With 6:13 left here in this ballgame, we'll step aside for one as well. Stick with us, Oldham High School's basketball on Glycod.
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
Oldham High School's basketball tonight on Glycod. Justin Kalen back alongside Coach Gary Forrest, and it is a big lead for South Oldham. This game was close in the first half, but the Dragons have utilized a big second half to pull away, as we have got under 6 to play.
Well, we asked ourselves before the game started tonight, Justin, would Cal be in basketball shape? And I think we've got the answer right now.
Yeah.
It's different. And we've seen them from halftime on. You know, you get mentally fatigued as well as physically fatigued.
As Washington still got that high motor going as he's able to finish at the rack. And we'll have a free throw to boot.
At the line shooting 1 for Cal.
Well, Washington's done a much better job when he's put his head down and took the ball to the basket. Instead of looking for floaters, you know, they've allowed a little contact, and it has to beset his game.
And with that free throw, he's now up to 12 points in the game.
Full court man-to-man has been this quarter for Cal, but the margin doesn't change a whole lot. And if you're physically tired, you have to be really careful.
As Miles with it here. Now Burnside.
South did a really good job keeping it spread.
Julian Miles misses from beyond the perimeter. J.J. Washington behind his back as he gets it across the timeline. As he stays aggressive, now leaves it off for Guy Turner, who's fouled down low. So Cal going back to that inside portion of the court here in this fourth quarter.
Team's fourth. At the line shooting 2 for Cal, Guy Turner.
As Turner here in this one with 4 points. Chance to add on to that here. And it comes up long.
That's just physical fatigue. You know, your hands start dropping. You don't follow through. Once again, all the players out there for Cal, hands on their hips.
Turner does get the second to fall. 3 of his 5 points coming here in this second half. And now Julian Miles merely giving it away, but he's able to get it off for B. Now Burnside into the corner, 50 in. And he's going to throw it away as he tried to find Brooks B in that opposite corner. And with that, we are going to get another timeout taken here by Coach Simpson. This time it'll be a full timeout as we'll step aside for one as well. 4:49 left here in this ball game. Stick with us for the conclusion. You're watching Oldham High School's basketball on Glycod.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville. You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
And back here inside the dungeon. South Oldham High School, where the Dragons lead 56-41. Justin Kalen, Gary Forrest back here with you. Tim Bryan, our on-site producer. Dickie Bryan operating the camera for us tonight, doing a great job as always. As coach, we've got 4:49 left in this game. If you're Coach Hill, your team down by 15, what are you telling your guys with 5 minutes to play?
Well, you want to keep them to continue to play hard and do your stuff. You don't want to break into this. We're down 15. I'm going to get mine. You know, keep it in the team play.
How about on the other side of things for South Oldham? If you're Coach Simpson, what are you telling your guys?
Well, what's your hurry? You know, and I think the last couple of times down, South's played like they were behind. Slow it down, get the shots that you want.
As Washington going to knock down another one. As he has struggled here tonight, but come alive here in this second half as he scored 11. And now Burnside thought he had an easy bucket. But a great job there by the 5'11 freshman, Miles Howard. Got a hand on that. He does pick up the foul, but he stopped the easy bucket by Burnside.
Team second at the line, shooting 2 for South, William Burnside.
So Burnside will head to the free throw stripe. And he got it. 11 points in that third quarter did William Burnside after not scoring in the first half. And picking up right where he left off here as he's got another attempt at the line. And he connects on that as well.
South with token pressure.
Dragons lead back up to 14, just over 4 to play. As Washington going to pick up some contact.
Well, remember we talked about you didn't want to be careful and try to take over and do things by yourself. South would be better apt to help a little bit on Washington, make him give the ball up, because right now it looks like he's determined he's going to be the guy that leads the comeback.
He's certainly trying his hardest as he's got 9 points here in this fourth quarter. And a chance for his 10th here on this next free throw.
Well, you know, he's a volume shooter. Make him give it up.
As he gets the roll. So now 10 points in the quarter for Jaden J.J. Washington. And a foul in the backcourt, this time going against Cole Harrison, the junior.
You know, once again, if you're South, run your stuff, watch your hurry.
Now inside, Julian Miles takes some contact. As he'll have a couple free throws upcoming.
Foul number 23.
By the way, that was the 4th foul on Cal. South Oldham with 5 up on the scoreboard, so free throws the rest of the way. If Cal wants to get back in this game, they're going to need some misses at the free throw line. And South Oldham, as of late, hasn't been missing very many.
Well, you got a team that normally hits in the top 15 in the state on free throws. So if you're going to foul, and then Coach Simpson really frustrated with his guys. They foul a player 80 feet from the basket. You stop the clock, you give them a chance to score points. Maybe you do that if you're behind, but you don't do it if you're ahead. And he's frustrated about that.
As he has a discussion with one of our officials down at the midcourt line. As it'll be J.J. Washington back at the stripe, and he knocks down the first.
Returning to the game for Cal, number 1.
By the way, Julian Miles now with 23 points here tonight. J.J. Washington not far behind with 18 for Cal. And a chance for 19 here if he's able to convert. And he does. 12 points now in the quarter for Washington, who has really put Cal on his back trying to lead this comeback. As Fithian out for Searcy, who gets it back to Julian Miles. Now back to Searcy.
Burn a little time. Let them foul you. Stop the clock. Make free throws.
And now a near takeaway by Guy Turner. Julian Miles, another 3 long. Hodge fighting for the rebound, but kept alive by Brooks B. And Julian Miles clears it out of there. Now Fithian in the corner for B. He's already hit 3 of them tonight, but he can't get that one to fall. And another offensive rebound off the long 3. B on top. Searcy down low for Burnside. He'll look to back down his man and draw some contact as Roland Swan took a shot to the face at the end of that play. But he's going to pick up the foul.
See, Justin, I think that's what Coach Simpson's looking for. They burnt basically a minute off the clock and end up getting free throws. Yeah, I think he's telling his kids that right now.
Yeah. It's a delicate balance because you do want that time to come off. It's your friend at this point in the game, but at the same time, you don't want to take your foot off the gas pedal, right?
Well, what people don't realize a lot of times, the game goes in ebbs and flows, and you want to control both of those. And there's times you play fast, times you play slow.
As here comes Boogie Cook all the way to the bucket. Good finish by him. As he's now got 8 points in the game. B will bring it across. Off for Miles, who gets fouled by Turner. And back to the free throw line goes Julian Miles. He has spent a ton of time at the charity stripe tonight.
Julian Miles.
Well, if you're in this situation, you want your best free throw shooters handling the ball, and Miles falls in that category. And as I say that, he misses the front end.
I'm blaming you on that, Coach.
Yep. Never fails. Sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Miles.
At least it rarely fails, as Julian does hit the second one. Now 24 in the game for him. As Cook going to get called for the travel here.
I'm not sure if a jab fake is going to be real effective when you're about 30 feet out. So something to live and learn from.
Searcy now with it in the backcourt. Julian Miles, cross court, full court rather, for B. Now Fithian, just over 2 to play.
There you go. Work that clock.
Now Miles will get inside, loses it, but Burnside right there for the stick back.
Well, Miles might have taken an inadvertent shot. He was doing a great job controlling the ball.
About 17 points for William Burnside, all in the second half.
And the last thing you want to do if you're South is foul and stop the clock.
As that'll send Guy Turner to the stripe with 1:55 left.
Well, we forgot to mention that the Forest rule is long past.
By the way, we'll catch up with Coach Simpson if the score holds as it is in our postgame. Get his thoughts on what's looking like it's going to be a pretty big win for his squad tonight. As Turner one more opportunity here, and he converts on the second. And I tell you what, South Oldham, Coach, I've been very impressed with their composure when it comes to being pressed tonight, whether it's in the backcourt or the front court. I thought they've handled it really well.
Well, he's a senior-dominated team. The seniors get a lot of playing time. They've been down this road, and they're not apt to beat themselves. I say that, but at the same time, within the last 3 minutes, they've kind of reeled things back in, got the tempo back where they want it. If you want to take the ball from us, you're going to have to foul us, and if you foul us, we're going to make free throws, and that's what's happening.
Brooksby, one more opportunity here. Goes 1 of 2 from the stripe. Now Turner spinning baseline out for Hodge. And Hodge will take some contact with 1:32 left. So more free throws upcoming here for Cal.
At the line, shooting.
As that's the 4th foul of the game by Julian Miles. Number of folks have seen enough, headed towards the exits. And Hodge gets the second to fall. Up now Searcy to Fithian. Off for Julian Miles, and give him another one. Now Hodge will try to stay aggressive, picks up another foul. As the South Oldham student section starts to make a little more noise, as their team leading by 15. Impressive performance tonight for Coach Simpson's squad. As Hodge missing the first free throw.
Substitutions for the Dragons, number 1, Adam Burkhead. Number 11, Colton Wupterl. Number 20, Drew Campbell. And
as a full swap for South Oldham. As Adrian Miles back out on the floor, as is Drew Campbell. Get the other 3 for you here in just a moment. Colton Wupterl also back out there. As Miles Howard on the finish down low, his first points of the game. Xander Searcy also out there for South Oldham, as is Adam Burkhead, a 6-foot senior. As another South Oldham turnover here, but we're down to a minute left to play. 68-55, South Oldham. As Turner spinning in, he'll lose possession. Picked up by Adrian Miles. Now Miles gets it across. I stand corrected, that was Adrian Miles taking the 3. It was actually Searcy bringing it up, and now a stoppage of play over on the far side.
Fouls on number 1, Adam Burkhead is first.
As Adam Burkhead picks up the foul, so back the other direction to the free throw line goes Cal. As J.J. Washington will head back. Washington with 15 second half points. Make it 16. Now gives him 20 for the game. as Sam Estrada will come onto the floor now for South Oldham. Xander Searcy heads over to the bench. Washington will hoist another free throw up here. And converts on both. 14 points in the quarter for Washington. And now a whistle and stoppage of play. As they're going to get Boogie Cook on the foul. That's his fourth.
At the line shooting 2 for the Dragons, Colton Holter.
And Cal has tried to extend this game as much as they can. Unfortunately, they haven't made much of a dent in that deficit. As first free throw up and in by Wuchterl. Down there in those pink sneakers. Has another opportunity here and gets them both. First points of the game for the junior Wuchterl as Washington faces a double team down to 30 seconds left. Leaves it off for Hodge. Now in the corner, Howard, the freshman, can't convert. Rebounded by South Oldham, now quickly up and in by Adam Burkhead, the senior. Gets a late bucket, and that South Oldham lead now back up to 15. Three-pointer here by Turner short, and we are down to 7 seconds. Cal still not going to call off the Dogs. Ball inbounded here for Sam Estrada. And now up the floor, there is the final buzzer. And South Oldham with a big-time win here tonight over the Cal Centurions. 72-57 is the final score. As we'll step aside for a break here, come back on the other side, and we will break down the entirety of the game, get you some statistics, as well as catch up with Coach Simpson. Stick with us for all that. You're watching Oldham High School's basketball here tonight on Glycod.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Waterson Trail in Louisville.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management. Looking to ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy in Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations and a dedicated partner to small business.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware at 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics, and juiced by Thomas Car Wash.
Line Direct, not just blinds. Line Direct, not just blinds.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Crestwood State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Oldham High School's basketball. Justin Kalen back here at South Oldham, and now joined by head coach Steve Simpson. Coach, a very good win for your squad here tonight, 72-57 the final score. I thought you had some really good performances, but none better, and you're not surprised by this, than Julian Miles.
Yeah, you know, it's I say this every time somebody wants to talk about him. He is such a competitor, and you know, he plays with an edge. He plays the way you want your players to play. He gets a little excited sometimes, but that helps make him the player that he is. And you can always trust him at crucial times to do what the team needs to do.
Yeah, no doubt. That was evident here tonight. One other player I wanted to touch on, William Burnside, scoreless at halftime, comes out in the second half, puts up 17 points. How proud of you were you of him?
Yeah, we changed. We just were standing at halftime. We said, you know, we're just standing on zone offense, and then we penetrate, they kick it out, and we shoot over a stationary defender. And, you know, if we're making those, that's great, but we were not. So we ran a little set that has a little more motion, and they were letting us get it into the high post, and our guys found Will in the corner, and he hit that three and got him going. And I was really happy because he'd been playing his last couple games. He'd been playing really well, and it was good to see him get going in that second half.
Yeah, y'all were trailing by one at the end of one. Got the lead and then extended that up to 8 by halftime. That then got to 19 at the end of the third. What was really the spark that got your team going in this one tonight?
Well, I thought the movement against their zone defense when we came back out. Again, we were so stationary, and the last couple games that had been happening. And then we're a three-point shooting team. I think we were 4 for something at halftime. And so hitting that first three, I think Brooks maybe hit the first three of the second half, him or Will. One of those two guys from the corner, and that got us going. And then that kind of hitting shots is contagious, just like missing shots are contagious. And so it was just it was good to see those guys to get us going. And you know, Cal's they're a young team, but they're a very good team.
Yeah.
They had beat us the last 4 times we have played, so it was a good win for us tonight.
Yeah, outside of Julian Miles with his 26 and William Burnside with 17, you also had Brooks B with 10 points and then 5 other scorers in the scoring column. So well-rounded effort tonight. I thought it was a good win for your squad.
Yeah, this team is not selfish, so that's good. The only drawback tonight was we got that lead, and then we would miss a shot and give them a layup. And then I said, hey, I don't care if you miss it, but we can't can't do both. So we either got to hit a shot or get a stop, one or the other. And they finally got to that. And they're a good bunch of guys. I really enjoy coaching them.
Well, that's good to hear, Coach. Great win for you. I'll let you go now on that. Thanks for taking some time to join us here tonight. And go talk to your kids and enjoy the celebration here tonight.
Thank you very much.
That was head coach Steve Simpson of the South Oldham Dragons as his team gets it done, 72-57, the final score here tonight. We'll step aside for the break now. Come back on the other side. We'll bring you some statistics from this game, both team and individual numbers as well. Upcoming on the other side, Oldham High School's basketball here tonight on Glycon.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit operationparent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals, because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
Check it. Oh.
Need a better battery? Get an Interstate battery. Outrageously dependable.
Should have had an Interstate.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Lycon.
And back here, South Oldham High School, where we have wrapped up the game here tonight as South Oldham gets it done 72-57 over the Cal Centurions. Justin Kalen back here with Coach Gary Forrest. And tonight's scoreboard, by the way, presented by Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions. Clarity for your financial future. Coach, we've got to bring some final statistics. Tonight's final stats are brought to you by German American Bank. Support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for more info. Let's first take a look at our team statistics.
Well, the first thing you look at is for Cal, their first half stats compared to their second half stats, and the numbers really dropped off. And as we mentioned, we saw up here, I think fatigue really set in. That second half, many times we counted when they were shooting free throws, looked at there, the Cal players had their hands down on their legs, and that's usually a given sign. So, the first half they shoot 12 for 32, but the second half it falls off to 7 for 24. If there was a gleaming light for Cal the second half, they cut their turnover margins down, and it became a free throw shooting contest that fourth quarter. When you get behind a lot, you've got to reach the foul to try to catch up. And South Oldham's a team you don't want to reach the foul because they always in the top 10 in the state free throw shooting percentage, and they showed it. For South Oldham, turnovers, they did a solid job. 11 total for the game, and everybody will live with that with an up-tempo type game. Second half, they did a great job. Look at this shooting percentage, 2s and 3s. They were 15 of 22. And then the rest of the time they spent on the free throw line. So when they got the lead, they let it bust out to about 18 at one time, and then they were able to cut it back to 11. Cal made that run, and then with about 4 minutes to go, Coach Simpson called timeout. And I think reminded them, look at the scoreboard, guys. We're ahead. We're playing like we're behind. And they started burning time off the clock, only to get fouled, go to the free throw line. You make free throws, and then you basically, it's a slow death.
Yeah, well, it all culminates in a good win for the Dragons. Now let's take a look at your individual scoring. Both teams with 8 guys fighting the scoring column. It was Cal being led by Jaden J.J. Washington, 21 points for him. He was the only one in double figures, as Boogie Cook with 8 points, 6 points for Connor Hodge, Cole Harrison, and Rollins Swan. 2 points tonight for Miles Howard and Jack Mars. Guy Turner also chipped in 6 points for South Oldham. As I mentioned, 8 guys fighting the scoring column, 3 of them in double figures, as Julian Miles led the way with 26 points, 17 for William Burnside, all of those coming in the second half. 10 points for Brooks B here in this one, 6 points for Adrian Miles, 5 points for Jake Fithian, and 4 points for Drew Campbell, 2 points for Adam Burkhead, 2 for Colton Wuchterl as well. As there is a look at your individual scoring, we'll step aside one final break here tonight. Come back on the other side. We'll bring you your most outstanding players, as well as take a look at the upcoming schedule. Stick with us for that right here on Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware, 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard. Do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilley in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
And back here, South Oldham High School, as we have wrapped up our game, 72-57, the final, as South Oldham gets it done over Cal. Justin Kalen back here alongside Gary Forrest. And, Coach, we've got to bring your most outstanding players. Tonight's most outstanding players are presented by Crestwood State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilley for a quote on home, auto, or life insurance. Contact Leslie at 502-384-6184. And we got blessed with a couple pretty easy decisions tonight, Coach. First for Cal, we decided to go with J.J. Washington, 21 points in this game, 17 of those coming in the second half, and he really put Cal on his back down the stretch trying to lead the comeback.
Right, they really were having a hard time scoring, and late in the third quarter and fourth quarter, I thought he did a good job. He settled down, did the simple things, rather than relying on outside shots. He took it to the hole, either got fouled or made medium-range jump shots.
And on the other side of things for South Oldham, another easy decision, 26 for Julian Miles, the senior. That's 5 points over his season average, 12 points in the first half, 14 in the second half, so Mr. Consistent tonight, and he really helped South Oldham get this big win.
Well, very much so. He leads them in scoring, but what a lot of people don't see, or, so many people get caught up in points, is when they needed to settle down, he was the guy that took the ball, centered it on the floor, and said, let's run some stuff, let's burn some time, we've got the lead. And Coach Simpson really depends on him to being that coach on the floor.
Absolutely. So J.J. Washington, Julian Miles, your most outstanding players. Now let's take a look at our upcoming schedule presented by D's Consulting, proud community partner and sponsor of tonight's game on Glycod. As there you got to look at what's upcoming here on the schedule. That Jeffersonville-Silver Creek game on Friday is going to be electric. So make sure to keep it locked right here on Glycod for all the high school basketball coverage here in our area. Before we get out of here, certainly want to thank the executive producer of Glycod, Steve Bird, getting us all this information so we can be able to bring you all this game. Also, athletic director Joe Ritchie here at South Oldham, getting us set up in a great spot to be able to bring you all this coverage. Also, our on-site producer, Tim Bryan, couldn't get it done without him. Vicki Bryan was on camera for us this evening, doing a great job as always. And, of course, you, Coach, Gary Forrest, right here along beside me. Before we get out here, any final thoughts, Coach?
No, good game. More to come as we've just started the season, and already we're seeing players and teams starting to emerge and show themselves.
Absolutely. It's the best time of the year, in my opinion, as that is going to wrap up our coverage here tonight on Glycod. South Oldham gets it done, 72-57, the final score. Alongside Gary Forrest, this is Justin Kalen saying so long and good night. You've been watching Oldham High School's basketball on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Oldham High School's basketball. Tonight's game was brought to you by Oldham County Solid Waste Management, featuring the Waste Wizard search engine. Anderson Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. Kinzer & Kinzer, delivering clean, comfortable air. State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilley. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. German American Bank, serving our community since 1910. LaGrange Service Center, Mortensen Family Dental, Operation Parent, and Financial Solutions Incorporated.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.